Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this traced of this, and that whoever did it did a really good job, but he just haven't, I don't 100% understand. He mentioned the lower part of the elbow, which is got a bigger black spot, but so does the graphic. So I thought and also a couple of the fingers. He said that the one of the tools wouldn't work, but if we use a Smart Fill tool set on white, it does fill in those spots that are not there. And then like right here, what I would suggest to do is to take this whole thing, take away the fill and put in a black outline and then change the outline to a hairline so it won't be quite so thick. And then you can maneuver stuff with your shape tool and put this finger, actually into there, and let's zoom in a little bit. You could actually probably delete these nodes and maybe even delete that node and just see what happens. Man, we're going too far. You could do that and have two separate objects here, or fill that in. And then that way, when you use the Smart Fill tool now on, well, let's just go with black. I don't know if he's printing this or not, but now you can see that that void spot is filled in, and then you could go back and actually fill in other spots that are kind of like self-contained where the Smart Fill tool can't get into. I don't know if he really wants the white. I don't think so. So that, if there's any part of the other fingers to do that. This part right here, I don't really know really what to tell you. I'm going to go and, so you could do this, but let's take this and turn it back into an outline. And you could kind of play around, if you wanted some other ligaments or something in this joint, you could, what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, because when I'm clicking, I keep hitting the black, the yellow, the blue box. I'm going to actually change it to yellow and go up to object and lock it. That way I can't grab the box. And then that way we can look at the, see, there's one of the kind of a problems that it won't fill because we have that right there. So I'm going to just cut that out for right now. But, and there's several ways you could do this. One, you could just bring in, go up to object and break the curve apart and grab, ligaments or whatever you want to call them to fill things in. And I grab so I think what he's wanting is and so I'm going to, he doesn't want all that like dead space. And then you could take those two, actually using the shape tool and make them a different size, actually fill in some parts and just play around, and then maybe, and you don't have to use you could actually make a Smart Fill of it, and then left click, right click, and you've got to do object, and then double click on it and rotate it. And I'm hoping I kind of understood what he was wanting. Let's just see let's add one more item. So I'm going to Smart Fill that. And the item is still there, but when I left click, right click, it becomes an object. Now let's see what happens when we use the Smart Fill tool set on black. Now that blue spot, or now it's a yellow spot, is actually gone, and you could still, change it afterwards. Now the only thing wrong with that is you're going to get a double line, but you can always click on that double line and get rid of it. So, and do the little, you could put other things into here, just like what we did, to kind of fill it in, maybe clean up some of this stuff with the smoothing tool. Well, I've got it set way too big. Let's go 0.5. Wow, this drawing is really little. 0.01. Well, that's too little. Let's go 0.1. There we go. And you could smooth things up on this corner. And I'm not saying it needs to it, but you could, things like that, and see what's happening. We're getting rid of that line again. We'll just take it and delete it. Delete that line because you've got a new shape. And also, one thing we could do is to make sure that doesn't happen. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's left click, right click, and then you want to always make sure it's a hairline, and it is, but it is so little. And then what I would suggest, we still have our nudge factor set on 2 inches. Use the Smart Fill tool and fill in that part, and then nudge it out of the way. And then you won't have that double line. Now looks like we got too much black right down there, so I might have filled in something wrong. Let's try this. Let's zoom in. I might have hit the wrong spot. Let's try filling that in. Nope, we got it. Somehow we got a leak up in here now. I don't know what I did. I don't see how I would have caused a leak. Well, maybe just because of the double lines. See, there's like a double line right there. There we go. And sometimes, yeah, we've got double lines, and that's why the Smart Fill tool won't work. There we go. Let's see if that works now. Looks like we've lost some stuff. We've lost the exterior of the lines somehow. And what we could do there is try to grab just the exterior and see what happens. No, it's all grouped together. Go up to Object, break the curve apart. Let's move that back up. And now let's use the Smart Fill tool to see what it looks like. There we go. And then you would just go back through and fill in the little places that the Smart Fill tool could not get to, because that's what the Smart Fill does. It fills in and just go through there. I'm hoping that's what he was wanting. I'm still not 100% sure if I did him any justice, but I didn't change anything on the skull, so it should remain the same. And just go through here and change all that. Let's see what the skull looks like. Pretty cool graphic. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.